Here's why you play Carmilla, the Shadow of Twilight, as a roamer. First off, she has strong sustainability, allowing her to stay in fights longer by stealing defenses and healing from her abilities. She has exceptional crowd control with her stunts and slows, making her a great disabler. Carmilla also excels in team fights where her ultimate can spread damage and control effects across multiple enemies. However, she has limited mobility and lacks reliable escape skills, making her vulnerable to ranged heroes and burst damage. She also heavily relies on teamwork to maximize her potential. Carmilla's passive Vampire Pact allows her to steal physical and magic defense from enemies each time she deals damage. This effect stacks up to 5 times and lasts for a few seconds. This ability makes her more durable over time while reducing the enemy's resistance, giving her a strong presence in prolonged fights. Carmilla's first skill, Crimson Flower, summons 2 rotating Crimson Flowers around her that deal magic damage to enemies they hit while slowing them down. Each time an enemy is hit, the flowers rotate faster, and Carmilla regenerates HP. This skill allows her to sustain in fights while disrupting enemy movements. Carmilla's second skill, Bloodbath, has 2 phases. When activated, she gains increased movement speed for a short duration. If cast again, she releases the accumulated energy onto an enemy, dealing magic damage and stunning them. The longer she charges the skill, the greater the damage and stun duration. This is a primary engage and CC tool. Carmilla's ultimate, Curse of the Blood, casts a curse in a target area, slowing enemies and marking them. After a short delay, enemies still within the area take magic damage, become immobilized, and are linked together. When one linked enemy takes damage or gets controlled, the effect spreads to the others. This makes her ultimate extremely powerful in team fights as it forces enemies to either separate or suffer shared effects. A typical skill combo for Carmilla is to first start with her ultimate to link enemies together, then use her second skill to close the gap and stun a key target. Follow up with her first skill to sustain herself while dealing continuous AoE damage, and if needed, reposition a flicker to chase or escape. Moving on to builds, Agility build, Encourage Tough Boots, Fleeting Time, Dominance Eyes, Athena's Shield, Antique Cuirass, and finally, Blade Armor. These are the emblems that go along with this build. As for battle spells, the best battle spells for Carmilla in my opinion are Flicker, Purify, or Vengeance. Flicker's best choice to engage or escape safely. Purify helps remove CC effects when facing heavy crowd control teams, and Vengeance reduces incoming damage and reflects some of it back, making her even tankier. Carmilla counters melee heroes with low durability such as Duroth and Lapu Lapu, so she can constantly steal their defenses and sustain through that damage. Her CC can also keep them in place, preventing them from escaping fights. However, Carmilla struggles against heroes who can ignore or remove CC effects such as Hanabi and Wanwan, as they cannot be locked down by her skills. Ranged burst heroes like Eudora and Beatrix can also take her down before she gets close. Carmilla works best with sustained damage mages that have strong AoE effects such as Sicilian and Aurora, as her ultimate makes it easy for these heroes to land their damage on multiple targets. You should prioritize leveling up her first skill for better sustain and damage output, and upgrade her second skill second as the stun duration scales with her level. Most importantly, always upgrade the ultimate whenever available. Carmilla shines in team fights where she can spread her CC and damage. Use her ultimate wisely. Try to hit multiple enemies and position yourself to force them to stay linked. Keep in mind that her passive helps her tank damage in fights, so always try to attack enemies to steal the defenses. Since she lacks mobility, always be mindful of your positioning and engage with your second skill when the time is right. Using Flicker can help her initiate or escape bad situations. In the early game, use her first skill to poke and sustain, and roam efficiently to help teammates secure kills. In team fights, always stay close to your carries to provide CC and damage absorption while ensuring enemies stay within range of her ultimate's link effect.